The 4th anniversary is about to be teased to us, and it looks like NetEase might have forgotten to add more content recently. For more news like this, stick around for this week's episode of This Week in Identity 5. Welcome back to another episode of This Week in Identity 5. I think this one is going to be a little bit of a short one due to the fact that there isn't really much that's being added to the game, or at least they haven't really announced anything, and this has been a bit of a problem for a while, but we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. What did we get with last week's update? Okay, so we got the Ashen Oath event. I called it the Ashen Tree event, but it's the Ashen Oath event. It's the same thing. In this event, by logging in daily, you can receive fragments, clues, and you can receive, I think, trial cards and stuff like that as well. By participating in matches, you can get some dew that you can use to water a tree, and by watering this tree, you can then collect forest resonance. Forest resonance you can use is like a currency for the event that you can use to unlock either a B tier skin for Seer, portrait that is of the Seer skin, and a portrait frame that is again of the theme of the Ashen Oath event. As a side mission for this event as well, by completing some specific quests that you'll find on the inn's notice board, you can also receive some, I think, some special currency, or I'm not sure how, I haven't really looked into that yet, but you can receive the room music named Wind Frolic. I haven't had to listen to this song, but I'm sure it would be nice to have an extra song for your room, especially since some people really do like having specific songs in their fancy little castles. We also had the White Valentine's Day event that I think is officially today when White Valentine's Day is supposed to be, so happy White Valentine's Day, guys. By completing quests, you can receive 2 portraits, I believe, that are themed for the event that are Layla and the Majnun portraits. And in the store, you're also able to purchase these skins that are featured in these portraits with a special package called the Layla and Majnun package that is for 2 A-tier skins, one for patient, one for psychologist. People have been quick to inform me that Majnun in Arabic means crazy, and it's based on a specific Arabic story, I believe. So that's kind of interesting. I did not know. I did see the names and think they looked maybe like there was for some story or something like that, but I wasn't completely sure. Something that has been added for hunters, but I didn't test it out, although I did try out Duo Hunter mode recently, is they added a new potion called the Rage Potion. And this is added to Duo Hunters, as I just mentioned. If you purchase this, I think it costs 2,500 in-game coins, I've forgotten what they're called. You can get 20% increased stun recovery speed. That is very important for Duo Hunter mode, especially if you're not taking excitement. I think this is a very nice addition, but I'm still waiting for them to add, and I know that they said that they aren't going to, the option for hunters to be able to purchase things on the go. After reading through the bug fixes too, there was a strange little thing that I noticed that I think is actually more important than anyone realized. They have nerfed Nightmare. And I'm not sure if this is actually a complete nerf or if this is kind of, sometimes they use general language to talk about one bug that only happens in specific situations, but I did actually notice this on the stream because I did play Nightmare on Saturday's stream, I think it was. What happens, or used to happen with Nightmare, is if you vaulted a window and a survivor vaulted a window and you had yourself locked onto them, so you could use the dive attack, that is the dash forward, you could actually, whilst you're dropping, dash, hit them, and then dash again on the landing because it would count as a falling hit that doesn't give you attack recovery. I noticed that in the stream this did not happen, and I thought it was just because I had mistimed it. But apparently, according to this bug fix that says, fixed an issue where Nightmare could avoid going into attack recovery by using dive in mid-air to hit a survivor. That to me suggests that they've completely gotten rid of that. And I think that was something that was not broken for Nightmare. I think it made complete sense that he could do this. It wasn't always very consistent in where it would land either, and I think if you got really good at it, you could use it more often. But I don't think it was something that was crazily unfair, especially since you could only do this by timing it perfectly, and usually on bigger drops and not smaller drops. But that's kind of a strange nerf to Nightmare, and I don't really know why that was under bug fixes and not under nerfing, because that is quite a big change to him. Moving on to what we can expect from next week's update. On the exact day of the patch, we have Doctor's birthday, and I have seen that they're going to be releasing, I think it's an animated spray, but I'm not completely sure, or maybe an animated portrait, but I've seen some stuff that look quite nice, and of course, if you haven't already got the things from previous years, you'll be able to get the portrait and the portrait frame. it would be nice to be able to get something new, some animated stuff, because, you know, this character has been around for a very long time. Something that was announced on Identity V's Weibo account was that there was something to do with the 4th anniversary lead-up event. I'm not completely sure what this is because the translation I have wasn't completely clear, but there are different events happening, and I'm not sure if they're just happening in China, but they could be happening for us too. On the 17th, there's going to be a ranking diary event. Not completely sure what that is. On the 18th, we have the 5th Detective Regiment. Also don't know what that is. 19th, we're supposed to have an anniversary preview that I would guess is maybe a release of a video that will tell us exactly what skins or event things we're getting for this 4th anniversary. It's kind of crazy to think that this game's been out for 4 years now. But that means that on the 17th, we might be getting something, maybe an event or maybe something, because we've got the ranking diary event. If you have any idea what this event may include, and maybe you can understand the Chinese a little bit better, then please tell me down in the comments below, because I had some difficulty understanding what's going on at all. Moving on to the leaks and rumors, because there was nothing else that we've really been announced for this week's update. Well, there isn't really much else that's been leaked either, apart from the fact that we expect to see the new Lady Hunter announced maybe this week, but very, very, very soon, if not. That's really all there is for leaks too. This is one of the issues that I have with the game right now, where it feels like for the past 3 to 4 weeks, my notes have been getting shorter and shorter, where there isn't really much that has been given to us. Sometimes I'll have like a page worth of notes, but nowadays I barely even make it to half a page of notes. It feels like NetEase is either working on something in the background that is really monumental, or they're just not giving us as much as they used to, and they're just kind of putting us on the back burner here. I'm not completely sure what's going on at NetEase headquarters. There is some talk, of course, of this new rework for decoding, and maybe I'm really hoping that they're spending their time on making a really big change to the game, but at the same time I really doubt that that's why they're taking so much time off of the game and not adding some really big events or anything like that. You could also blame it on the fact that there isn't another essence this season, because there are only 2 essences due to the fact that there's Koa, but this has been going on before the season even started, and I'm still a little bit confused as to what's going on. Moving on to the Talk in the Manor, where I respond to your comments that you guys left on my recent videos. Elodie says, "Wow, all of this art is gorgeous, and lol, the AI pictures are a bit confusing." I had a little bit of fun with this video. Of course, some people thought that I was taking this seriously as like, oh, is the AI better than the artists? No, that was not my point. That was just kind of the premise for the video per se. I could have put more time and spent more effort into giving a more exact description, but I just wanted to see what the AI would give. And it did give us some really weird art pieces. The technology is quite clever though, I must say. But the art from all of the artists, the real artists, was amazing. And I still have some more art that I would need to do in future videos. I just didn't want to kind of chock full this whole video of like a million different pieces where there was no context or rhyme or rhythm to the video. Maria says, on his A accessory, Art of Science, Prisoner has the notebook, ink pen and glasses that Sander drew on their beautiful art. So this is in response to me saying that I didn't know that Prisoner had glasses, because Sander drew some glasses on this for one of the art pieces. And apparently multiple people told me that Prisoner does wear glasses, because on one of his accessories, as they said here, the Art of Science, that I think I own, I just didn't realize, he apparently has an ink pen and some glasses. I just had not paid attention to it. So that's kind of interesting. The Gamer, I'm going to call you that way, says, Magician, that was surprising. I thought he would be at least mid-tier, but it's other people's opinion. Magician will always be top tier for me. This is in response to which survivors you guys voted as being the worst for the Duo Hunters mode. And I was very shocked as well. People were telling me that they were very shocked to see Lawyer there, so I had to go back and recheck to make sure that I hadn't made a mistake. But Lawyer is still the lowest average, although everyone was very shocked at him being the lowest. Everyone thought he would be much higher. So, but you guys were the ones voting, so I'm very confused as to what was going on. I do disagree with him being one of the lowest, and I also disagree with Magician being so low as well. But I guess someone's got to be the lowest. You guys all gave some really good reasons as to why this one's better, why this one is worse. A lot of people were saying that mechanic is worse in this game mode, and I think I do agree with that overall. But then again, people did not vote her as being the lowest, quite a bit higher than Magician was, for example, so not completely sure what happened there. What do you think this 4th anniversary lead-up event will lead to? Do you think it will actually affect our server at all, or do you think it will be a Chinese server exclusive? Tell me down in the comments below. And remember, whilst you're down there, to like the video and subscribe if you'd like to get more news like this every week, every Tuesday. And make sure to go and check out the Black Phoenix Plus channel that I have, that I'll be adding to the description if you guys want to get some more news updates on the day of the release of the patch to see if there's any new added things and also other things to do with my channel. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.